Kyle stole all of Dale's free will and left him standing in the wilderness, while Alonzo got fired, rehired, and then fired again. This is my review, commentary, breakdown of Tyler Perry's The Oval, Season 4, Episode number 8, titled It's Over. So Kyle finally made it to Dale and Alan's camp-out sleepover. And of course, he tried to get Dale to come back home with him so that Donald could shoot him again. You know, let me just slow down for a moment and let's go back for a second. Killer Kyle is acting as if Donald didn't have Dale shot from sleeping with him. Did he forget that? I really don't like how everybody's acting like Kyle didn't shoot Sam either. Like, they're acting as if everything's okay between he and Dale. And it's a bit off-putting, and it's making me hate this character even more. He's becoming more and more one-dimensional, like Hunter, right? Like, there is no growth with him, and maybe it's because it's been so long between the seasons, and it seems like a lot of time has passed in our minds, right? But all of the White House shenanigans just happened yesterday. Right? Or maybe a couple of days ago. So no time has passed on the Oval like it has in our minds. So they're carrying on as if, I guess I'm expecting a different reaction from people. Like, ain't nobody mad for real. Like, they speak about it and some are even a little scared, but the transparency of the plot, it has me anticipating the direction because we can clearly see that Kyle gives no one free will. He's the bully of all bullies, and the bad guys always win on the Oval. So let's move on, shall we? And oh Lord, the Wicked Witch of the West Victoria. She's still at Donald's house harassing poor Lily. And Lily's just going through it, ain't she? And the fact that she's expressing to Victoria what's going on in their house is doing nothing except giving Victoria more ammunition to use on her whenever she feels like it. And I thought that they were friends at one point. Y'all remember in season 2 when Lily sewed up that dress for Victoria that was too big for her? Y'all remember that dress and that hat, right? But I thought they, just let bygones be bygones. They kissed and made up, but I guess they're frenemies again. I don't know, but she's telling Victoria that Donald shot her and that Kyle waterboarded her and tried to kill her, as if Victoria gives it. She could care less. Matter of fact, she told her that if Donald wanted her dead, that she'd be dead. Lily then told them both that whatever the two of them had going on, that she wanted in. But Victoria told her that if she knew everything, then they would have to kill her because then she'd know too much. So Lily put her tail between her legs and then she went upstairs to her room. Again, we see another bully character, Donald manipulating someone's free will. When are they ever gonna have any consequences? I can't wait to see that. So in our next scene, Bobby and Max made it over to the Halsons, right? And you know who they had to pass to get to the front door? Miss Jody. And somewhere in between them getting out of their car and making it inside the house, Bobby and Max were an official married couple. Miss Jody kind of has that effect on you with any man, right? If you're of the male species. And you can't really get past Miss Jody without her flirting with you. Not only is she going to flirt with you, but she's going to have intel on everything about everything. And she told Max and Bobby the president came over there in a black car, and she even gave them the license plate number. So I'm sure they found that quite helpful. But when they got inside, Bobby asked for Sharon like he was about to take her to the prom. But apparently Sharon wasn't too far because before Richard could get the words out of his mouth that someone was there to see her, she was standing right behind him. And they told her that they wanted Sharon to play the president's game and hang out with them, record the conversations, get that apartment, drive that car, spend all that money. Be his whole entire WHORE for a little while until they get enough dirt on him to take him down. Again, same goal, different strategy. I don't know, y'all. I just think I need a new direction, a new goal for these characters. But Richard spoke up and he told them that she wasn't going to be able to participate in that way. So to try to make her feel a little bit more comfortable about doing it, they gave Sharon this black phone for her to control, and she could only share whatever conversations that she wanted them to hear, right? But that wasn't enough. She still said no, and then she walked out. Now, before they left, Bobby had to get a plate of Nancy's pork chops. And I don't know what it is about that kitchen that causes Nancy to have amnesia, because she go to fixing people's plates without giving them forks. Remember last episode when she made Sharon go into the kitchen to get Mr. Richard a fork, right? After giving him a whole plate of neck bones, greens, taters, and cornbread. and didn't even get the man a fork. So yeah, anyway, Alonzo was being scolded by the bad cops, Donald and Victoria, because he took Hunter on a joyride through the hood that broke White House protocol. And because he didn't want to reveal that he actually took Hunter to pick up dope and a hot chick, he just refused to tell him anything, which got him fired, by the way. But then Victoria said, oh no, you can keep your job. Just tell us where you took him to. So they kind of went back and forth, and then he ended up admitting that he took him to these god-awful places. But they decided to keep Alonzo on staff because they know that Hunter's going to want to go somewhere else again, and Alonzo's going to be the first person that he calls. So now we finally make it to these two characters who somewhat feel the same way that I do. Dale posed the question, but first, hold up, listen. We can't get to that until we discuss why Dale is hanging out at the store in the dark, because he has nowhere to go, first of all. And I mean, what if Kareem never showed up, right? He's just hanging out in the dark outside at the store. But he posed the question with Kareem, like, we can't let him get away with this, and how are we going to stop them? And he told Kareem that Kyle just came up and through the woods and took Alan with him. Like he was a little lost puppy who just found his owner. I mean, just walked off with him, right? And Kyle is there to basically escort him back to a man who just had him set up a few hours ago to have him killed, murdered, gone, leaving Earth, out of here, right? Taking him right into the snares of the enemy. And I wouldn't have left. Would y'all have gone with Kyle? Let me know down in the comments below if you would have went with him. I don't know. I would have left screaming and kicking and hollering. There's no way I'd be willing to go anywhere with Killer Kyle. That was just really insane to me. Anyway, Kareem told Dale that Sharon said that they all got together with the vice president and they were all wrong about Hunter and the administration. And that, everything's just going to go back to normal. They're all going to go back to work as if none of this ever happened. But Dale and I are on the same page somewhat because Dale ain't forgot that he got shot, right? He didn't forget that they hung Kareem upside down at the Washington Monument. He don't have amnesia at all like the rest of them, right? He clearly understands the assignment of murder and torture and their lack of freedom. So Dale wants to know what's going on with all of that, just like me. But Kareem ain't playing with him either. Kareem is ready. He got a whole bag full of ish. He's got the AK-47s, the 52s, and the 49s. He put all of his confidence in the contents of this duffel bag. Then he called Sharon. He had to let her know that he could protect her now so that she can come and live with him. And we got to also remember that Sharon was homeless too, right? We can't forget that she moved out of Nancy and Richard's house to move in with Kareem. And now she's back in Barry's bed, fake reading the Bible. But do y'all think that Sharon should be sleeping on the couch or in the guest room somewhere? I mean, Barry ain't even at home, but she's in the bedroom. So let me know down below what you think about that. But we can clearly see that Kareem's jealousy is showing up again. And he's trying to control Sharon from the pharmacy over the telephone, right? And if it was going to end up doing all of that, he should have never left. He left with Dale and Alan. Then he ditched them in the woods at Dale's camping slumber party. If he was going to pull this controlling act, he should have just stayed over at Nancy and Richard's with Sharon, right? This way he won't have to be controlling her from all the way over there. And in the meantime, Richard and Nancy are on the phone. They're trying to locate Barry. They're teaming up together. And somewhere mid-conversation, Nancy revealed to Richard that she knows that Sharon would be able to quote-unquote get Hunter because she used to be a stripper named Witchtopia, but witch with a B, okay? While she was in pharmacy school. So because Sharon used to do something strange for a little piece of change, she already about that life. So she shouldn't have a problem handling lame and horny Hunter. And speaking of Hunter, he's looking for Victoria and she's not there. She's with Donald. When she finally arrived, she had to break down the fact that her father is the one who actually has everyone thinking that Hunter is innocent. And this is why the vice president and Simone are coming over to apologize tomorrow. And Hunter basically told her that he's not interested in any favors from her father. She told Hunter that they are both living that life, right? The life that they've always wanted. and that he should be grateful. She said that Jason and Gail, their own children, could not handle the White House, right? It was a bit much for them. And the fact that she's fixing her mouth to say this without her children being there is very disturbing. This woman is unbelievable. Now, in our final scene, we see Kyle and Alan on their way to Donald's house. And Alan asked Kyle if Donald sent Grip to kill him. And Kyle said he didn't know what was going on, but do you want to have a threesome? Alan told him, look, I don't get down like that. Then they talked about Donald flirting with Alan, and Alan got flustered. He really got upset. He grabbed the wheel, and he and Kyle went tumbling around and around in the truck. End scene. Now, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. You know that I appreciate it. And if you're a fan of Tyler Perry's The Oval, go ahead and sub to the channel because I'll be breaking down videos just like this one all the time. Thank you so much once again for joining me, you guys, today on Ruthless TV, and I will see you on the next one.